What's up, guys? Today we're in Galatians chapter 5, verses 16 through 18 and 22 through 25. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I say, walk by the Spirit, and you will not gratify the desires of the flesh. For the flesh desires what is contrary to the Spirit, and the Spirit what is contrary to the flesh. They are in conflict with each other, so that you are not to do whatever you want. But if you are led by the Spirit, you are not under the law. But the fruits of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Against such things there is no law. Things who belong to Christ Jesus have crucified the flesh with its passion and desires. Since we live by the Spirit, it lets us keep in step with the Spirit. So, basically, I'm going to break this down, fruits of the Spirit. It's like an analogy, okay? It's like a fruit tree. Fruit trees don't try to bear fruit. They were just rooted in good soil, okay? Let me break it down for you. So, a fruit tree or plants in general. No, fruit tree, okay? So, a fruit tree is planted and it produces fruit, but it's not trying to produce fruit. The reason why it's producing the fruit is because it was planted in good soil. And the rain came and, it got nutrients and it got this. But the real reason was because it was planted in good soil. If it wasn't planted in good soil, then you would not have any fruit. No matter how hard the plant would try, no matter how hard it would try, you would never have those fruits. So the same thing applies when you're trying to get the fruits of the Spirit. If you're not having that faith and you're not walking with the Lord, you're just going to be trying, and you will not achieve them. Maybe you get super angry. Maybe you get jealous. Maybe you get, all these different things that are the opposite of the fruits of the Spirit. Maybe those happen in your life, but the reason why they happen is just because you need to have more faith in Him. And I'm not commanding you to do any of this, but I'm saying that these will apply yourself more in your life when you deny the gratifications of the flesh. When you deny the flesh and you walk by the Spirit, once you walk by the Spirit, these things will come naturally to you, because that is putting yourself in the good soil of the Lord. And through that, you will begin to grow in your relationship with Him and with the fruits of the Spirit in your soul and in your spirit. And, you just begin to have a lot more peace, a lot more patience, a lot more kindness. So again, stay prayed up, stay in your word, and I'll see you guys in the next one.